There was once a village hidden deep between the mountains. The village was famous for its glowing golden bananas. The entire mountain was covered with endless banana trees. But one year, heavy rain kept falling without stopping. So much rain that the mountain soil became weak from the inside, and the millions of bananas lying above slowly began to rot. The villagers had no idea that a terrible disaster was hanging over them. One night, the mountain suddenly shook violently. Frightened people rushed out of their homes, and then they saw it. A gigantic mountain of rotten bananas collapsing toward the village. It was nothing less than a deadly flood. Yellow, foul-smelling, and terrifying. People started running to save their lives. Children cried in fear. Screams echoed everywhere. A little far from the village, deep inside the forest, lived a mysterious sorceress. She always lived alone because the villagers feared her. They believed she possessed dangerous magical powers. When the sorceress heard the villagers screaming, she stepped out of her small hut. She looked toward the mountain and instantly understood that if nothing was done, the entire village would be destroyed. For a moment, she wondered why she should even care. After all, the villagers had never accepted her. But then she noticed two little girls crying outside their collapsing house in terror. Seeing them melted the sorceress's heart. Without wasting another second, she ran toward the mountain. The villagers watched her in shock as she stood directly in front of the terrifying flood. Then she slowly closed her eyes and raised both hands toward the sky. Suddenly, glowing blue light began swirling around her. The wind roared violently. Trees shook all around her. Then the sorceress began chanting ancient magical incantations. As her voice echoed through the storm, the flood of rotten bananas slowly began to glow. Little by little, the entire collapsing mountain melted into radiant golden light. What had once rushed forward as death itself was now transforming into a shining river of magic. But the spell was draining all of the sorceress's strength. Her hands trembled. Her breathing became weak and broken. Still, she continued chanting. At last, the glowing golden river flowed safely around the village. Not a single home was harmed, and wherever the magical light passed, the dry land turned green again. Dead trees grew fresh new leaves. The villagers stood silently, watching everything in awe. The same sorceress they had feared for years had become the one who saved their lives. From that day on, the villagers never left her alone again. And even today, her story is still told in the mountains, the story of a sorceress who turned destruction into hope.